my understanding of what Twitch was that if I turn this thing on, I'm gonna go pro. Like there's gonna be a guy that's gonna come in. He's going, oh, come here. You made it, kid. You made it. Come here. Come here.
This stream is a long time coming. I know you've been working on this for a while. You put a lot of time, put a lot of energy into this. The result has been amazing so far. And I want to know, where did this all start? And I've heard little bits of your story of where you began. And I've heard, I don't know if I want to say rumors, but I think you've have a hell of a journey getting to this point, getting into Halo, getting into live streams. So tell me a bit about that. I'd love to hear the story.
So basically, let's just fast forward to me being at my mom's house. I was in her walk-in closet and I was just grinding matchmaking like 18 hours a day solo queue. I was trying to figure out how to go pro. Like that was always my dream, was to go pro in Halo. Because I grew up watching all the Halo 1 guys, all the Halo 2 guys. Like I could list them all the way. We all know who they are. I grew up watching all of them and I wanted to be just like them. That was what I actually wanted to do. Like I wanted to go pro in Halo. So basically I was asking her, like, how do I go pro? And basically I talked to one of my buddies, his name was T-Burner. He doesn't really play anymore, but basically I asked, how do I go pro? And he told me like I would have to stream. I didn't really know what Twitch was. I was just told, I had just known like it's just basically people playing video games and people are watching. That's basically like the fundamental like understanding that I had of what it was. I made a Twitch account on my broken iPad, my mom's broken iPad that I broke from dropping it so much. I didn't know what like followers and subs were like. My understanding of what Twitch was that if I turn this thing on, I'm gonna go pro. Like there's gonna be a guy that's gonna come in. He's going, oh, come here. You made it, kid. You made it. Come here. Come here. That's what I thought it was gonna be like, but that's not what it is or was. So basically, what I thought I had to do was like play matchmaking to like show my greatness, basically. So I would just take matchmaking very, very seriously. I thought like a recruiter was going to come in, and eventually people just started asking me to play. So I thought like if I got better teammates, I'd play better and get a higher rank. And look, it eventually just evolved to me just like to summarize it, just me freaking out in matchmaking all the time because I couldn't like win. And I felt like if I didn't win in matchmaking, I was going to lose like everywhere else. Like I literally treated every game of matchmaking like it was literally like Game 7 at Worlds with millions of dollars. Like I remember like there were times my brother would come, like because I live here now by myself, but at first I didn't. So like there were times like my brother would come home from work and like he was just trying to like not hear me yell, but like I just lost a matchmaking game. And he would come upstairs and try to like get me to be quiet. I would just like basically we would just brawl basically. Not literally, but like it get very serious. Like I thought like, yo, this is my life. I have to go pro in Halo.
I didn't even know that. That's actually so interesting because I didn't know that the original objective was to be a pro in Halo. Because I think not that you've like strayed from that, but I think you found a different calling. You know what I mean? That you're more of an entertainer, and like there's the idea of the rage cage and the fact that you can get so angry, but it's funny too. And I feel like, is that something I guess you discovered for yourself? Like, what is rage cage, by the way?
It just evolved. Like it's just like I wanted to think of something like to summarize it because at first like people would like tell me I'm like Dr. Disrespect or like they tell me I'm like someone.
Yeah.
And I honestly, is a true story. I acted like I knew who he was and I didn't know what the word troll meant either. So like when I said these are trolls lying to you, I thought like they were literal like trolls, like a troll under a bridge. Like, I didn't know. Like I just didn't know. It's really hard to understand. The point I brought this up was that I didn't know what any of that was. This is just how I am. This is the way I've always been. Like, this is just the way I am. Like, I've always been this way, doing anything. But yeah, I did want to be that's why I did start streaming to be pro. That was why.